ever seen. Playing on the greatest team. Just I, myself, and me. I got that new thing, new style, new walk. I got that new vibe, new grip, new tone. Been traveling around the world, and ain't nobody quite like me. I got that new thing, new style.
I don't like rowing. I used to like rowing until the marathon row. And I still, it's probably something I need to get over. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Like, but what was cool was I think my times from running and rowing were 1 minute apart. So I think that was really cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I like numbers. I think that's cool. Marathon, you travel it the same way. Same distance, whether it's on a rower or on your feet. Getting a lot better. I'm almost ready to go to a new kettlebell. It's crazy because I couldn't do it at first. So just shows if you work on something you can progress and get better. Because at first I was like, this isn't happening, but it's getting a lot better. And I notice it in my jerks, my snatches, everything. Now I can find what I'm supposed to find. All right, so I just hit a workout with Dan. It's a really good one. I modified the BODYBUILDING and pump session in the sense of I just didn't bench press. I subbed in a handstand push-up, but I did the rest of it. Really, really awesome workout. It's pretty cool to see some dumbbell bench press. I saw Dan do it in a new workout. But now we're gonna hit a strength session. So getting this from his Clang and Bang. So if you check out his website, you can find this stuff there. But I'm gonna hit every minute for 10 minutes, 5 strict pull-ups. I'm gonna use neutral grip today, take a little bit of pressure off of my elbows. I'm gonna add weight with a weight belt, and then I'm gonna rest and do the exact same thing with a weighted dip. So good little push-pull combo. I told you guys my muscle-ups, I wasn't thrilled with them, and some of that was I was getting really tired out of the dip. So now I'm gonna train the dip in a different way outside of the muscle-up. So that's what this is gonna be designed for.
It's the end of the line.
Ended with a really nice strength piece, so a lot of pushing and pulling, which is really great to put back to back. So on the pull-ups today we switched it up. We went neutral grip. So what that means is instead of being palms away or palms to, we're sitting right in the middle, so our palms are facing each other. As you notice, as we pull our thumbs towards our shoulders, it takes a lot of pressure off of your elbows, and it just really allows you to focus on using your lats to pull your chin over the bar. So it's good to change up that stimulus and strengthen different muscle groups to keep your shoulders healthy. Then you guys will notice that I chose to do the dips on the matador today. Obviously with the ring muscle up, we're gonna be on the rings. However, I wanted to strengthen it in a stable atmosphere and something that I could definitely count on. So with the matador, it's not moving. There's no chance that I could fall through or slip like there would be on the rings, and I'm just coming back from having a little bit of tweak in my shoulder, so I want to make sure to keep it stable, keep it safe, and build the strength in the right positions. And for me, the matador isolates my chest as well as my triceps, and I can really focus on choking all the way up, kind of pulling my shoulders back and then lowering my body together to make sure I'm getting all of the chest and tricep in every single time. Adding that weight just helps. I even was telling Dan that I felt like I felt it in my midline between the two movements, because you should be squeezing everything as tight as possible and think about a hollow body. So we always want to keep our bodies super connected. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your midline, and you'll get a good ab workout as well when you do this. So now I'm back for my second session. I'm doing a quick warm up, so I like to warm up with some bodyweight stuff. So just a minute on the Echo bike into 5 push-up, 10 single leg V-ups, 15 air squats for 3 to 4 rounds. And then I'm gonna work on a snatch complex and really focus on my snatch technique. So I'm gonna build in a power snatch, focus on extension, a hang snatch. I may do a hang squat just to work on extending and still punching under, and then an overhead squat. So just drilling the basics, drilling the technique. So I'll break some of that down for you guys. My arms are kind of like, I was driving here, they're a little bit tired because we did all of the pull-ups and all of the dips this morning. So that was 100 reps of weighted pull-ups and weighted dips, which is more than I've done in a while. So I'll definitely keep the snatches light and just focus on my technique today. Okay, so we're gonna go through a snatch complex. So after my general warm-up, I like to go through specific barbell warm-up for snatching. I usually start with 5 snatch grip RDLs into 5 snatch high pulls from the hang position, into 5 muscle snatch, 5 snatch grip push press, and then 5 overhead squat or snatch balance, or sometimes both, just depending on how I'm feeling. So snatch grip is gonna be somewhere, just for those of you who aren't totally sure, sometimes it's gonna sit right in your hip. So when I lift my knee, my arm should be long. So if we're in here and the bar's sliding down, our hands are too narrow. So I usually go right on the first smooth line, soft bend in my knees. I'm gonna hit my RDLs, so just reaching my hips back. Eyes up, because when we Olympic lift, we always wanna have our eyes forward. So once I hit my 5, I'm gonna go to my hang, so right above my knee. Think about getting my chest open and pull. And I'm gonna go into muscle snatch. I feel like a lot of people get confused. We don't re-dip on our muscle snatch. So I'm gonna go from my hang position, so knee, through my hip, turn over. So what I'm focusing on is turn over. From here, I'm gonna go my snatch grip push press. So it's keeping my hands in the same position. Now I'm just gonna focus on extension of my hips. So dip, punch, hold for 1 second, get set up, get ready for the bar overhead. And I'm gonna go right into my overhead squat. Ooh, it's a good warm up. So I always tell my classes, like, it's grippy, it gets your heart rate up, gets everything warm. That's what we want when we're going into Olympic lifting. So I see a lot happen in class that I am guilty of also, is getting set and looking down. So get your hands on the bar. You'll notice I pull my eyes up. Everything's really tight, and that's gonna keep me from letting the bar pull me forward or being out of position. So before you lift, make sure your eyes are up and you're not looking at the ground. So a couple things I'm definitely setting up and checking myself with are, I like to get an early arm bend. So I'm trying to think about keeping my arms as long as possible until the bar hits my hip. From there, then I can start to pull up on the bar, but I don't want to pull up too early and put it in my biceps and not use my legs. So I'm cueing myself constantly, long arms, long arms, long arms, throughout that whole first 3 positions off of the floor. And then from there, I'm thinking quick turnover. On the hang snatch, I caught myself a couple times not extending or opening all the way up. So it's pulling me forwards. So I wanna make sure that I'm trying to get my hips under, my shoulders all the way back. So I'm fully extending to give myself time under the bar, and then I don't end up chasing it forwards. So that was actually a really fun complex. For me, power snatch is actually harder than squat snatch. So the complex was 1 power snatch from the floor into 1 hang snatch from above your knee, but I chose to do a hang squat snatch because I wanted to work on both components, into 1 overhead squat, which I don't really love overhead squats. That's the whole improving my ankles, hips, and shoulders thing. As those things start to improve mobility wise, my overhead squat will improve also, because I have the back squat strength. It's just some of those things are a little bit weaker and I can't get into the best position as the weight gets heavy. So that limits what I'm able to do in that movement. I'm pretty happy with it all in all, especially, like I said, we did the pull-up dip thing this morning. So on my last rep, I got a little bit weird with, my head didn't really come through, so I ended up pressing out. And I think it's just because my shoulders are tired and I don't necessarily completely trust them, and it was a pretty heavy power snatch for me. But all in all, it's pretty good, just focusing on long arms, good hip extension. And then the other thing I think you guys should try yourself is when you get your hands on the bar, turn your knuckles down. Okay, so when I grab the bar, the first thing I do, hands on, I get set, and then we turn our knuckles down. So our elbows are facing out, and that's gonna engage your lat and allow you to keep the bar much closer to your body. So a couple of tips for you to try in your own training. Give that complex a try, it's super fun. So today was pretty strength-based, a little bit more strength, just taking my muscles more towards failure. So some days when you do that, I think it's important to make sure that you don't also crush yourself with strength in the workout as well. So I'm gonna do like a just move kind of workout. I'm gonna hit the class workout today and use that as my drive and my push, jumping in with everybody else. So the workout is a 14-minute AMRAP, 40 double unders, 30 air squats, 20 hand release push-ups, 10 pull-ups, and then 5 sumo deadlift high pull, as many rounds as you can for 14 minutes. So these are my favorite style. Just keep moving, keep sweating. You never should have to stop because all of the movements are body weight-esque. And so I'm excited just to move and breathe and sweat on this one.
My mama told me that I need to get up and I need to get my out the couch. She said if you ain't gon' get to this money, then you need to get your out the house. She said don't you come up in here without a plan, boy, without a check in your hand. I got the message, she was spread thin, so I had to expand. I am the monster that listen a lot. I send some children to shoot up your shot. I gave your lady a part in my movie. She sick of you treating her like she a prop. Scared to die, you get sacrificed. Spit the rhymes on the track one time. I'm like Ye and Jay-Z combined. You slap me 5 on the black hand side of the seat. All of my life I've been fighting people. You afraid of the dark, I invite the evil. All these white girls around me, I feel like CEO. Back when MJ was flying just like an eagle. Met this pretty black girl down in Mississippi. Told her I'll be her Bobby, she'll be my Whitney. Yeah, I see it, I do it, I prophesize. Why can't Navy black men have Obama's mind? Hold up.
So it was a really fun day. Milo even got to come to the gym with me today. But it's just nice, different, constantly varied, and that's really what CrossFit should be about. I was feeling a little bit beat up mentally. I don't know if it's just because it's Monday. I was really excited to come to the gym, but at the same time, just a little bit tired. So focusing on strength and some new things was a nice change. A little bit of a clang and bang workout with Dan, and then just a long sweater. So I feel mentally refreshed, and I feel like I'm ready and excited to attack tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you picked up some snatch tips. Give the dip and the pull-up EMOM a try. And make sure you like and subscribe or check out the links in the description below if you want to do more stuff like this with me. Have a good day.